Honestly, workload hasn't been good. I mean, the
You mean?
output hasn't been good because I've just been taking it easy, but I feel like that's helped. Yesterday didn't do much. Um,
Hmm.
the only thing that I did that helped shift is watch those testimonials. I'm like, it's actually not that hard. If these guys can do it, like, I think the one that resonated with me the most was Robin because she had a family. Like, if a mum
Yeah,
can,
she had a family and was able to do it. But one thing I want to tell you, and just so you don't feel left out, but a lot of people we know that got into the high ticket space were already in sales. Like I never knew that Sandy was in sales and marketing before joining the high ticket space. And I was like, what the fuck? No, that's why she was really easy to ramp up within a month or two, right? Obviously, doesn't give us the excuse to like, oh, we could slack off, no wonder luck. But it's more like, you know what? We are barely still scraping the surface of sales, and it's a process. You know what I mean?
I actually thought about the same thing. I was just like, I wonder how Sandy did it. She must have some background information to know how hard to push.
Yeah, and I found out with the testimonial video. He made one with Sandy. She had a sales and marketing. Like I said, no excuses behind us, right? She's a killer. She's fucking really good. But there's, the reason I'll say that is because it just gives us a better, bigger reason to put in more reps to be able to catch up into that state. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that being said, it's very doable. Very, very
Very
doable.
doable. Like you see other people making it happen, and that's what keeps me going. Others can do it. Why can't we? Right?
Hmm. Correct. It's just need proof of concept and it gets more easier.
Yeah, proof of concept, being good, connections, being a good guy. Not just like what Brian told me is if you want to make connections, it's not all about, oh, you have all this offer, this and that. Just be a genuinely nice guy. Hop on a role play, show them your skills. The next time you keep contact with them, oh, I know a good sales guy that can get into this. I know Phil. He's really good at role plays. I know Phil. I know he's done the XYZ. Try to put him on. And I get a commission. I get a little referral bonus anyways, right?
Yeah, because you just want to see your friends win. So if you know
Yeah.
anyone, you just refer your friend. You don't refer someone random.
And then you get referred, you get the bonus, they do good. Now the next time, guess what? They can refer you too. You know what I mean? It's just wins overall, right? So what Brian told me is just be a really genuine, nice guy. There's no way you cannot make it happen. You know what I
When did you
mean?
go to Brian? Did you just
I went
message
to,
him?
I told you it was a while ago. It was like a week ago. It was like when I first started again, like getting the momentum. It was, let me check. Oh my gosh. Actually, it was like almost a month ago. Wow. It was like around September 20th. Shit. Fuck. It was around that's like almost like 3 weeks ago. Damn. But 3 weeks ago, I asked him, how did you make so many connections? How do you do it? And then he just told me, look, I hate when people come into a role play or a connecting call and all they're asking for is like offers and offers that. Do you have any offers? It rubs him off really wrong. But it's more of the long run game of making connections now. So in the future, you have somebody to fall back with, right? Because remember what June said. He worked 7, 8 months, 1 year, and still made almost 200 grand. The other months he didn't even work, right? Think about it. Imagine that. For 4 months out of the year, you don't have to work, and you still make 180 grand. It's cool, right? Have the connections, be good. Oh, I know that guy. It's close. Recruit on the side, maybe manage a team if you want to. Get a VA like June did. Fucking just get to know people. In the end, it's the reason why it's hard is because we're going into a space where everybody knows each other. Weirdly enough, if you notice, it's a very small world in the high ticket space. You know what I mean? Oh,
Hmm.
I know that guy. I know this guy. He's good. He's good. It's fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie, but it's pretty cool. But definitely gets you a chance to be an entrepreneur as a closer, right? They see closers as entrepreneurs. So that's why June says position yourself as an entrepreneur joining their team or helping their team out instead of an employee, right?
That's a good
Does that make
frame.
sense?
Yeah, that's a good
Like
frame.
that's why even Layla Hermosi, she said whenever she interviewed somebody that this one person just stood out so much is like the first thing I'm gonna do when I get onboarded is I'm gonna do XYZ. Right? I'm gonna, study the script, study the offer, understand the basics or everything of the offer. And then next, set up all my pages for my follow-ups, right, from my pipeline, make sure everything's on point, call any old leads so I can
Mm.
have more leads coming into my pipeline, XYZ, make more money, more revenue, right? Now the next thing, obviously close. Okay. And then the fourth thing that don't close, I have a pipeline, next, right? That's what I'm gonna do for your team, for your business. And I really think that this could help your business in terms of, making more revenue, XYZ, right? So, um, that's after hey, like what are you gonna do? Why you're different or whatever. Just make sure just to sell yourself. Like what she said, or what even June says, is just sell what you know, right? I mean, think about it. In the interview, you're selling to them how you're supposed to sell to a client, right? So just do it, think of it like that. You know what I mean? Not that hard.
Yeah. I like that type of feedback because ultimately you're just training the skills in every different environment, not just to a
Yeah.
prospect. So yeah, that resonates with me. For me, I'm trying to understand the my way of thinking because it's a limiting
What do you mean?
belief.
Oh,
That's why I asked you these questions 2 days
like what
ago.
kind of
Like,
question?
what's your own tangible outcome? What's your pain?
Yeah.
Have you already sorted out your limiting beliefs and what's the future base? And for me, I've come to the point where like I use ChatGPT to solve this. I was
Yeah.
like, um, is it actually reasonable to increase your cash flow to pay off the mortgage? The answer is yes, because ultimately what you're saving is on the interest, because the interest is the most expensive thing.
Mm,
But
true.
is that the most effective way of using your money? That's when things get confusing, which is what we answered before. So we answered the question, and then I confirmed that with ChatGPT. So if you increase your cash flow, do not put it all into repayments because if you increase your cash flow, you increase your tax.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Exactly. Right. And
Okay.
I do want to touch up on what you said, the whole mindset thing. What I was thinking about yesterday, and it was clicking with me all day yesterday when I was with my girl, is how bad do you want it? You know how you hear this a lot, but it's like how bad do you want it? You know what I mean? Like you hear people complaining about something and you don't see them do nothing about it. They want a better opportunity, they want a better job, but how bad do they want it though? Right? So it made me see other people like kind of not lesser, but it's like why are you complaining then, right? Why aren't you changing something? Made me realize this kind of mindset is what a closer needs. How bad do you want it, right? Why do you want it? How come? Why now? What's different now than the fucking past 3 years that you've been doing this for the past 6 months, right? So how bad do you want it? That's it, right? Think about that in your head. How bad do you want it? Do you really want to quit your physio job? Yes, then why aren't you working? You really want to be able to make 10, 15, 20 grand a month, retire your mom? Yes. Why are you just sucking dick and doing nothing, right?
No,
So
right,
just
right.
have this
Try to sequence
mindset.
this like properly.
Uh-huh.
I just want to see how it works because I understand where you're coming from. Like it's increasing your standards. So therefore, if the prospect doesn't have high standards, you're instilling them more confidence because you're asking them why you're settling. So just role play that on me from that first
Okay.
question. Like what, like how bad do you want it?
And Phil, how bad do you want it?
Yeah, I want it pretty bad.
And why do you say that?
I want it bad because I'm not happy with my current situation.
Mm. And how long have you been in this current situation that you're not liking right now?
I've been in this situation for the past 10 years, but I realized that I wanted to make a change in the last 5 years.
What happened 5 years ago that made you realize that, yeah, I want to make a change and get out of this situation?
Yeah, 5 years ago, I just realized I was like capped.
Okay. So what would you say you've done? Actually, capped. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
No matter how hard I try with my 9 to 5, I can't push past 9K a month.
9K. And but what's so bad about that though? I mean, 9K a month, that's what, almost 100K a year? 98,000 a year, right? I mean, what's so bad about that? I mean, many people are very, good with that kind of money. Why do you need
Mm,
more?
mm. For me, I just feel like it's not going to be enough for just day-to-day repayments with mortgages, and things are getting more
Mm,
expensive. Petrol, gas is getting
yeah,
expensive.
yeah,
9K is not going to be enough for the next 10 to
yeah.
30 years.
Okay. And I'm assuming you know in the next 10, 30 years it's not enough because of how much this inflation is biting your butt right now, right?
Boom, I knew it. Okay, cool. All right.
But
You're going pretty well there. The responses were easy. I'm just like, okay, obvious question. How do you know the next 10 to 30 years are going to be bad? How can you guarantee that?
it's a good question. Okay. So okay, that's your concern. Well, okay, that's a better one. Yeah, okay. Let me try to say that and let's keep going, okay? Well, how do you know in the next Yeah, because I'm getting you to say that, not me. I'm getting you to say it, not me,
Interesting,
which
because
makes it
you turn it to an assumption, but that assumption should have been a question. You
Yeah,
had it,
exactly.
but the framing wasn't there,
No, exactly, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's stronger if you say it instead of me.
which is
It's like
which is really, really good because you know what to say, but
the
it's
way you
not
say it.
framed right. It was
Yeah.
there,
Okay.
but it's yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay,
Okay,
that's
let me try to say it again. All right. How do you know in the next, 10, 30 years that it's not going to be, possible with what you're making right now?
well, yeah, I can't predict the future, but that's how I feel.
Hmm. Okay. And right now, I mean, in terms of what's going on with your situation, actually, nah, that's your concern. That's the most important part. There's no point of digging and digging and digging. So you've been going through this for the past 5 years, Phil, right? Like how much time have you actually put? Let me try it again. So I know that you had this feeling for the past 5 years, but how many years have you been trying to get out of this situation you're in right now?
Yeah, so I'd say in the last 2 years, I've actually, you know, tried
Yeah.
to invest into myself. Like I paid
Yeah.
for courses and put money into that.
And how did that go?
So the good thing was I gained skills,
What kind of skills?
know how to communicate with sales, got some
Yeah.
networks, although it didn't get to my tangible outcome, which is, leave my job. I'm still my job.
Yeah. And why do you think that is? I mean, you got the skills, you know how to communicate. Why are you still at your jobs then? What's going on?
Because of the fact that I haven't like hit, at bare minimum 7K a month, I don't have
What
the
do you
confidence to leave my job.
Oh, I appreciate your honesty, right? So what do you think is holding you back from making that 7K plus a month to leave your job? Like, what's missing there?
I honestly don't know.
And look, that's a good thing. That's why we're here, right? I speak to a lot of people. They don't know what's going on, and that's why I'm here to see what could be the problem, right? So for you, do you think what's slowing you down could be, do you think it's time? Do you think it's the programs you're doing? The consistency you're doing? What do you think is missing in place so you can be able to make that kind of money?
Um, yeah, just I feel like I tried a fair bit. Like I feel like I could be working harder, but I feel like I have been, but I just actually don't know though.
Oh, and obviously you don't know, but you feel like you could be working harder. Like, where does this way of thinking coming from? That you think you could work harder? Are you not working hard enough right now, or what do you mean?
So yeah, I always put like, extra 1 or 2 hours a day into networking, getting good
Yeah.
with sales so I can get the commission. That's what I've been trying to
Mhm.
do. But I just see so many people do the same amount of hours. They're getting 5 to 10K a month, and I'm still stuck at like a
Yeah.
1K a month.
Yeah, yeah. So to me, okay. So you're putting the same time, you're not working. Okay, maybe like you said, look, it's not 100% your fault. I get it, right? Other people are getting the results that you want, and you're not. You're putting the same amount of time, right? So there's something definitely missing there. But like I said, not your fault, but whose problem is to solve in the end, though?
It's mine.
Right. And for you coming from like a more extreme ownership perspective, I know you said you feel like you're not working hard enough. Like, what do you think really is separating you that's not making the 7K a month, 9, 10K a month to the other people who are? Like, what was slowing you down within you though?
I think it's just my, just probably my lack of initiative, like probably laziness.
Why do you say that?
I feel like there's probably times where I could probably push harder, but then I just
Yeah.
get too tired and I go to bed, and then I wake up and
Oh,
just
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, like I appreciate your honesty, man. Right. Not many people can admit that, yeah, it's me. Right. People like to externalize it, like the wife, the dog, the sister, the whoever, the side chick, right? But obviously, you're on this call with me today. You've been going through this for the past 2 years. It lets me know you want to do something about it, right? But if this keeps on going, right, you being lazy, being tired, uh, how much is that going to cost you in the future in terms of time, money, and potential that you could have already had by now?
Potentially another 5 years, which I don't want.
But why not though? Because many people don't mind making 9K a month, like I said earlier.
Just because I don't think I'm like other people. I feel like
Yeah.
I need that buffer that, I'd love to make 20K, and having
Yeah.
that buffer would just make me feel like there's a big weight off my shoulders, and I'd have that.
Yeah.
I just feel like a better person.
Yeah, I do want to say, Phil, like, can I share with you something that, hopefully doesn't offend you?
Yeah, sure.
You feel like you're not like other people, so how come you've been allowing this to keep on happening?
Um, what do you mean by that?
Like you mentioned, right? You've been on the lazier side, which is okay. You've been tired, but you feel like you're not like other people. If you don't feel like other people, then how come you've been allowing this internal factor slow us down from actually being where we want to be in the future?
Um, I don't know, just probably because I'm just stuck in my comfort zone.
Hmm. So what do you think you need to start doing right now in terms of today to be able to eliminate that comfort zone and start making the money you want and leave your job so you don't have to worry about future bills?
Or just, yeah, just probably have to take more ownership.
And when you say probably, like, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but like when you say probably, do you mean like probably or like I have to make a change?
Yeah, I have to.
Okay. So there you go. That's all I wanted to do was identity plan, and it worked pretty decent.
Okay. All right, this is good because I'm learning a lot as well. So, okay. All right. So if I say I don't know twice, I feel like this prospect generally doesn't know what's wrong.
Mm.
And then I'd be like, okay, Pete, it's okay if you don't know, which is what you did. Like, that's perfectly fine that you don't know. Okay. But you said other people were making 5 to 10K. All right. What makes them so
Oh
different?
yeah. Fuck. Yeah, you're right. I asked that question in the whole internal reasoning instead of just
Yeah.
asking it before. Yeah. Would have made it land better.
Yeah. So what do you think they'll say?
They'd probably be like, I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't
Well,
know.
can I make a suggestion that might be
Sure.
able to help you?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like those are the types of people that are making 5 to 10K? Are they better than you?
No.
Why do you say that?
Because something in me tells me that if they could do it, why can I not do it? If not even better than them.
Okay. So if you know they're just like average people or even people that you're better than,
Yeah.
can you actually genuinely say you're doing the work that you just said you did?
Before you keep going, this is the tonality I need you to start doing when you ask questions. Perfect. high
Right.
pitched up in the beginning. Obviously, when you're asking deep questions, do it curious. Don't do it like, well, are you better than them?
Yeah.
Are they better than you? Are they
Yeah.
better than you? See with how much different that is?
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no, they're not. Instead of, are they better than you? No, the fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm just,
Yeah.
I have to just put that in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so small,
Yeah.
but ask, I need you like, well, the only reason why I trust my offer is because of the manager. He's really good. If you want to sort authority, only do it if they trying to assort it to you. So then you go lower pitched first,
Mm,
right? But before you ask deep questions, or even like the next question, it's like, well, what is this point of this call? Well, the point of this call is just to see if we can even help you in the end of the day, right? I don't want to
yeah.
waste your time and especially my time. Okay,
Okay.
so at least for you, like, what kind of problems are you going through with your business right now? See the
Yeah.
difference? You went
Yeah.
lower pitch, you asked the question, it went up. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's just it's just easy. I want you to implement that. It makes your life a whole lot easier. So going back to what you were saying, do you remember the question you told me?
Yeah. So, all right. So, what makes those other guys that you see who are doing 5 to 10K a month, what's so different about them?
Uh, Probably just maybe the opportunities they have. I'm not sure.
Let's just take the opportunity away.
Yeah.
Okay. You see other people do it though.
Yeah.
Other ordinary people though.
Yeah.
What makes you so different from other ordinary people that are doing 5 to 10K?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm
Well,
here.
can I make a suggestion that might help you?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
You know how you were saying that you were doing like an extra 1 to 2 hours a day?
Yeah.
If they're also ordinary people, do you genuinely think they're also doing another 1 to 2 hours a day?
Maybe more, maybe less.
Okay, so if you think that way, like hand to heart, okay, like do you actually feel like your 1 to 2 hours a day that you're doing is actually going to get you to 5 to 10K though?
No.
Why is
Beautiful.
that?
You planted doubt. It's good. I like the Tony reference, the hand to heart.
Yeah,
He uses that a lot, doesn't he?
yeah.
Okay, what was the question again? Let's keep going.
So like hand to heart, do you honestly feel like those extra 1 to 2 hours that you're doing
Hmm.
is worth you getting to 5 to 10K a month commissions though?
No.
Why do you say that?
Mainly because, I mean, 1 or 2 hours extra really isn't that much. You know, a lot of people put double, triple, quadruple, and I'm definitely not putting in enough work to get there, like most
Okay.
people do.
And look, coming back to what you were saying before, not knowing, but can you actually see it like this way of thinking is potentially the reason why you're not at that level of standard that other ordinary people are that are making 5 to 10K?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I appreciate you admitting that because people who are saying they're doing 1 to 2 hours a day, they don't admit that. So I just want to put that out there that we know that there's more work to be done.
Hmm.
But knowing that you've been doing this for the last 5 years, though, what has that actually cost you?
A lot of money, time, even.
Okay. And look, it's actually good that you're putting 1 to 2 hours a day on top of your part-time work. That's the good thing, though. But what actually
Yeah.
happens if you continue this way of thinking, but you're still stuck at 1 to 2K a month worth of commissions? What happens?
I'll still be making the same amount of money.
So knowing that, like, how are you actually going to overcome this way of thinking? Like, are you going to actually put more hours in, or like, how are you going to actually overcome your way of thinking that an extra 1 or 2 hours is going to get you to 5 to 10K? Because it doesn't seem like it's working right now.
By putting in more work, more effort, and yeah, just putting in actual effort this time, and yeah, just putting more work in.
And look, you're a smart guy, Pete. Okay. But do you actually generally feel if you double the amount of work you do, it's going to change the outcome to 5 to 10K a month?
Depends. I mean, more work doesn't always mean more results. Definitely needs a better system in place as well.
Okay. Why do you say that though?
Well, because you know how they say, like, sometimes doubling the output can definitely put in more volume, but it doesn't really matter if you don't have the right system, the right connections, or the right opportunities. Because some people do less than I do, and they have the right opportunities, the right systems, and they make more than me.
Of course. And look, doubling the output can result to that though. But for you, Pete, do you honestly feel that that can actually get you to 5 to 10K a month?
Yeah.
Then why make that change now though? Because if you knew that 5 months before, why couldn't you make that decision 5 months ago?
I guess I was just allowing it to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, well, whatever, I guess. I guess I was comfortable.
Okay. So,
Damn, feels good. I like that.
all right. So these are how I make up these questions on the spot. So the questions are the same, the sequencing is the same, but in your head, you're like, no matter what you say, your standards are here. And my questions are like, how do we get your standards up here?
hmm
So
So
that's
first,
the
yeah,
that's the June frame.
that's
Like, why are you allowing
yeah,
these?
yeah. Why are you allowing this? That's okay. Besides me doing like the whole why are they doing better than you question, what do you think I did well then?
Everything's good. You just have to make them land. So, like,
Yeah.
if I give you an answer, the answer in your frame is like, why are you allowing these standards? So, give me say a question in anywhere in the framework, and I'll give you an answer, and then I'll see what the next question is for you. So, say something. Give me a question.
Um, how much time has this way of thinking cost you in terms of time, money, potential you could have already had?
Yeah, I wasted like 5 years, but at the most, just
hmm
I don't know, just trying.
5 years wasted. And how can you see how this way of thinking can definitely bleed into the next 5 years if you keep thinking this way?
Okay, so say that again. What did you just say?
I said, do you see how this way of thinking can bleed into your next 5 years if you keep thinking this way?
Okay, so that's the question. That's fine.
hmm
You just have to acknowledge the response. So
Okay.
acknowledge the response in the frame of what these are your standards. Like, how can we bump you up to these high standards? So
Yeah. Okay.
what was the response that I said?
You said, um, fuck, I already forgot. Let me try to think about it. I need to use my brain on this. I've lost a lot of time. Didn't you say that? I don't even know, bro. Fuck. Tell me
Um,
again.
I spent 5 years. I'm still at 1K commission a month.
Okay.
So how do
I
you
was just like,
acknowledge that and then say it's not good
go
enough?
on. Okay. No, look, I really want to appreciate your honesty, man. Right? Because, I mean, it's been 5 years and
Okay,
you're
so
still only making
that's too nice because that's too
two
salesy.
nights.
Like
Okay.
if I told you as a friend, Pete, like fuck,
Oh, I see. Okay. So
like
I'd be
5 years, I've only got
like,
1K commission. What would you say to me?
yeah, Phil, it's been 5 years and you're still only making 1K in commissions. What happens if this keeps going on for the next 5 years?
Dude, I'd be
Now
like,
what?
bro, what are you studying, bro? 5 years, like, and you're doing 1K commission.
Yeah,
Like, what
that
are you
is true.
reading?
What
What are you
the
reading?
fuck? Yeah.
What are you doing
Dang.
in 5 years to get 1K commission?
So I'm more concerned and more curious.
No, 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 no. Just
Huh?
don't zoom it out. Like, this is your
Oh,
standard
that's what that should be in my head.
in
Like,
your
what the
head. Like,
fuck?
wait, your standards are like 5 years worth of studying. and you're getting 1K. Like, what are you studying? What are your standards of
Fuck are
studying?
you? Yeah. 1 year, 5 years, and 1K commissions is wild. That's true. Okay, so and try again. Let me know if this is better. 5 years. Look, fuck. How would you do it? How about that?
I'll be like, okay, the
Let's
frame
zoom
in
out
your
real
head,
quick.
you're like,
Uh-huh.
wait, in 5 years, you got 1K commission? Bro, you're like, why didn't you just go to university and be like, why didn't you just get a trade? Like trades are like 3 years. You get like you can get like a job as a pipe fitter and you're only like 13K. Like this doesn't make sense. Like why are you putting 5 years into sales and you're only getting 1K commission?
So why are you putting XYZ amount of years into whatever else?
That's like half a decade. You're physio.
Yeah.
Like how many years did it take for you to get a physio degree for?
So you're
Like
planning more
how much
doubt,
you're getting
but
9K, you're getting 9K after 4 years of studying. Now you study for 5 years and you're getting 1K. Like, why even do this in the first place? This doesn't make sense.
mm, okay. So
Then you
so how
look
would you
into
ask the question?
huh?
So how would you ask the question?
Well, first off, in the next, did you know what I mean by like how to frame it?
Um, yeah, but like I have to think that in my head, right? And obviously even say it, right? Like, bro, it's been 5 years and you're only making a K in commissions. Like, you could have gone a whole degree, made 13K somewhere else a month. That's a trade possibly. Like, why are you doing any of this then?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But you see how he's got the upward pitch makes everything land really good, like really
Yeah,
softly,
yeah,
but it still holds them up to a higher standard as well.
yeah.
Instead of being an asshole, judgmental piece of shit, why are you allowing this? Why are you allowing this, man? You're like, dang, they're gonna be like, fuck, why am I allowing this?
Yeah.
Does that
Because
make sense?
I wrote something. Was like 5 minutes ago when they say I don't know twice, I feel like they're always gonna increase their guard. So if they say I don't know twice, it means you didn't listen to them. And then you'd be like, okay, look, it's perfectly fine. You don't know. Like, can I make a suggestion that might help? And then you just instill the doubt. That's what I did originally. Because if they say I don't
Yeah.
know two, three times, it means they, in my head, like, okay, I did try to do active listening, but in their head, they're like, this guy didn't hear me. I said I don't
Yeah.
know.
And that's whenever you acknowledge it. Okay, no, no issues, man. Like, I get it. You don't know. Which is perfectly fine. That's why we're on this call, right? And then you go on to the question.
Okay, then you're like, yeah, okay, this guy genuinely doesn't know. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna fucking insert some fucking doubt in his head because he didn't even
Yeah.
fucking answer my question.
So I don't know equals insert doubt.
Yeah.
Insert doubt and then their identity and then plant new identity. Insert doubt, identity, plant new identity. There you go. Insert doubt, identity, plant identity. So you put in their doubt, you understand their identity, and then you plant a new one. Right? Okay. When it's cut down like this, it's very easy, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's the 8 hours of sleep.
It's also easy to
Talking.
forget. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. Easy to do it, but easy to forget, definitely. But I will say back then when we used to role play consistently, we did have really good line of questioning. So I think we need to bring that back in terms of just role playing a lot, bouncing back, because you're putting in reps as well.
Hmm.
And all I can think about when I role play right now is imagine if I was this calm with a client, like how easy it would make
I
me
know. I know. That's what I need. I need to have this.
chill, like just lay
Yeah.
it back and actually be concerned. Like if the prospect says this, what the fuck are they allowing that? Instead of being in the call like fucking just shaking and sucking dick, you know what I mean? So it's like fuck. That's where
Okay. So
detachment comes.
takeaways were like our baseline is like we know the sequence. We know essentially what the outcomes are. It's just we need to have in our head if we're reframing, the reframe should have been there in our head like from the get-go. Like, okay, this guy's on the call. Okay, why is his standard so low that he needs to be on the call with me? Okay, his tangible outcome is he wants to quit his job. What's his standard right now? And like, where does he want to get to?
Yeah,
What
okay.
are you doing for your job? Okay, if he says his job is a physio or a doctor, that's his standard, regardless of what it's been seen in society. In his head,
Hmm.
he thinks his job is probably the same as a janitor or a pipe fitter or whatever. It's like that's his standard. And where does he want to get to? And why does he think e-com or sales is a higher standard compared to physio? Which means
Okay,
like the
yeah.
question goes to like, okay, what's the rationale behind
Doing
getting
any of
more
this.
money through e-com rather than just doubling down with physio? And they'll tell you,
Yeah. Which is basically what that's Brian's way of thinking, to be honest. Like with that, I still remember how you said how it's like, why do you feel like you have to pay for your mom? They can get their own job. Why do any of this?
yeah, so
Well, and then it
yeah,
goes into the deeper meaning, like, well, it's because of XYZ.
yeah.
Hmm.
Which goes to June's way of thinking. Like what? Like if your standard is you can't pay for your mum, you can't retire your mum now. Why do you actually want to pay for your mum's stuff anyways? Why can't she just
Yeah.
pay for herself?
And honestly, questions like that definitely makes you seem unsalesy at all, if anything. It's like, damn, why? Well, it's because of what she did for me, or because she has to her working a lot. Hmm. And now you understand why, and then you understand their identity. It's like, okay, so you want this, but you've been allowing this to happen. Obviously, you're not saying that, but you're thinking that, and he's been allowing this to happen. What should change right now then? You can even say that actually. What should change right now then? So you can retire your mom, so you can make more money at the end of the day. So you don't have to keep working the 60, 70, 80 hour shifts and miss time with your kids. You see how damn, it's that upward pitch. It's the upward pitch is so really good. It's really good.
So the upward pitch is what does Brian call it? He calls it like is it like welcoming?
Yeah, it's very welcoming. Yeah. Because I mean, think about it, like I said, like it'll make your situation way more like their situation more at ease, and it's just, I mean, imagine that's how I asked it instead of being like, "What the fuck, Phil? What the fuck, Phil?" Something so simple. And what my sales manager said is he just lets them know that you're actually concerned, and all like, and you just keep the sequence on. Their sales resistance just breaks down little by little each question.
So just give me another example because it's still not like in my head yet. So when would you use
Okay.
upward and when would you use downward?
Okay, so let's say you hop on this call, and then you're like, well, what is this point of this meeting? And then XYZ, XYZ. Okay.
Wait, wait,
So,
wait,
hey,
wait,
what's
wait,
up?
wait, 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 wait. Do that again.
So like let's say you're in a call with me and you're trying to ask me questions instead, right? But I'm the one doing the questioning. Okay? Does that
Okay,
make
so like,
sense?
what if I
Like
say like, yeah, why do you want to know about my tangible outcome? Something like that.
yeah, sure. Yeah. Or like why I'd be like, yeah, I mean, just to understand where your where your standards are at, right? Because in the end of the day, we cannot work with everybody. I'm pretty sure you heard this a lot, right? So it really depends. And I need to see what's going on in your situation to see how we can fix that. Okay? So but what really is the angle here with like, wholesaling business? Like why do this? What's going on?
Um, yeah, I just want to make more money.
Make more money. Okay. And what are you doing for work right now to make money?
Um, I'm a dentist,
Dentist, really? And how long you been doing that for?
25 years.
25 years. Okay. So help me understand, Phil. How come you're looking to potentially, get into wholesaling business and do any of this instead of just, staying a business and making money that way?
I just feel like with wholesaling, it's
Yeah.
like there's no cap. And I feel like I'm at a
What do
cap
you
at
mean?
like 150K a month and I can't push past that as a dentist.
150K a month. Wow, you're doing pretty good. You're making 150K a month and you want to get into wholesaling business. Why do you need more money?
Um, yeah, so because like I just feel like what I'm earning right now is not enough to pay for like kids' private schools. I've got like three, four kids and
Yeah,
all
I
that
hope you know
goes.
you said 150K a month, not a year.
Yes, right.
Okay,
All
that
right, so
makes more
stop
sense.
there. Like, where was the upward inflection? Like, give me an example. Like, where do you use it?
Whenever you ask me the question, I was like, look, it depends, right? I need to understand your standards to see if we can even help in the first place. Okay, but so do tell me, like, how come you're looking into, going into house sitting in the first place? I put the authority as in like, this is why, and then I ask my question. This is why outward it goes down. Here, bitch. But why do this? What's going on? Curious, right? Authority, curious, right? You only put out words if they're trying to put authority into the call, right? But you follow up with an upward question. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why are you asking me this? Is there a reason you ask? Or is there a reason you ask? Because it disarms them. Like, maybe I am the dumb one. Like, why am I so serious? And so I'm like, instead of being like, is there a reason you ask? Because now I sound sassy.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
just like the whole, like, if you notice the whole Brian and June Choi's testimony, it's like whenever a customer comes into you all mad, and then you're just like, are you okay? Everything all right? That's what you're doing. It's like now you're the bigger person, and now they look a little dumb. Not, they don't look dumb, but they kind of reflect, right? So be the bigger person. And this goes back to simply close. Don't fight fire with fire. So make sure to upward pitch it. So you know that you're still curious, you're just trying to help. But why are they like asking this and what's going on? Right? Is there a reason you ask? Well, I don't know, what if it's a sales call, XYZ, XYZ? Well, look, man. First of all, why does it matter if it was a sales call? Or is it something fucking different, right? Why does it matter? Or why is this your concern? Like, what's going on? What happened in the past, right? So it's just really making sure upward pitch doesn't mean giving them authority. It's just being curious with your questions and actually being concerned with your questions, right? Does that make sense?
Okay, okay.
Obviously, in the beginning, like, hey, what's up, man? Peter, it looks like you booked a call with me about looking into wholesaling business, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
How can I help? There you go. How can I help? That's how June did it whenever he closed me. He was like, how can I help? And I was like, fuck, how can he help? Right? And then, well, just having trouble with this and this. Really? Okay. And what are you doing right now to XYZ? See what I mean? How different that is? Or what are you doing right now to XYZ? What are you doing right now to, put the systems in place?
Okay, so I like that. I really do like that. For me, I feel that it's hard for me to do that because
You were doing it earlier. It's not that hard. You know why you were doing it earlier? Because you were curious. The whole
okay,
point
so
is
I
to
have to be
fake it. You're
curious.
curious. You know what I mean?
Okay. So for me then, this is just me answering my own problem. It's like stop getting in my own head because if I get in my own head, I'll just go
Yeah,
robotic.
exactly. Exactly. But
So
whenever you were
robotic is
actually, yeah, exactly. Right? Whenever you were trying to role play and then actually have a really good role play, your tonality was perfect. You went up pitch. Why are you doing this, Peter? Like, why? Literally, that's how you sounded like. Why? Why have you been allowing this? Why are you doing this, Peter? Why are you allowing this? What's going on? The only reason, maybe the only time you could use this downward pitch is if they're very like doubtful of themselves. Why are you allowing this, man? You seem like a very high caliber person. What happens if you keep thinking like this in the next 5 years? That's only if you're like, like this guy, he has doubt, like bad. But if it's somebody who has tried, well, XYZ, just keep it up pitch. You'll know exactly when to bring the downward pitch, when it's needed, right? But make
mm,
your questions curious.
all right. I think one thing I'll just have to keep reviewing because I'm not conscious about that yet. Because if you didn't say it, I'll just be like, that happened, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, whatever. But like they say, 77% of conversation is through tonality.
Mm,
70 fucking 7. 23% is just talking. Think about that.
mm,
At that point, you're better off mumbling with better tonality than asking dumbass questions, right? So it's just really putting both together, right? You have the line of questioning, you're doing the script again, you understand identity. That's the most important. That's important. But the other 77% that's important is the tonality as well, right? And objections as well. It could be the same thing. All you need to think about it. Yeah, no, no, no problem, man. I totally understand, right? But before you do go, like, what is it that you have to think about? Oh, it's just, it's a lot of money. Okay, look, money aside, I mean, do you even think that we could help you get to where you want to be? Still keep that, right? Doubts. Whenever you need to do analogies or compare or anything objections, yes, put it lower pitch. You're telling a story, put authority into it, right? And then when you're gonna ask the question, what happens then? You see, statements down, questions up. Make your life a little easier.
mm. Interesting. Because I feel like I've been getting a lot of feedback with the upward inflection with some questions seem to people pleasing as well.
Hmm.
I think it's just to play around with it. I think I've been just
Definitely
doing too
need to play
much.
around.
There must be a reason why
Which
they say that.
questions is it that sounds people pleasing? What questions?
Um, just like even the first tangible outcome, like, yeah, what are you hoping to achieve? Like, achieve? What are you hoping to achieve?
Okay, yeah, with those questions, yeah, definitely downward pitch. In the beginning, be friendly, a little bubbly, be yourself. The first couple questions, definitely, yeah, to have a more true, to have a more authoritative, like condition them that you're authority, right? So make sure, unless they ask you a question, no, not even in the beginning, be authoritative. Yeah, you're right, actually. But going more into the problem phase, I feel like that's whenever you should start putting the high pitch up. You know what I mean? From beginning to tangible, downward. Put the authority, and then after problem, how long has this been going on for? You know what I mean? How does that make you feel, man?
Mm,
See? Because these are deeper questions that need. There you go. Deeper questions, upward pitch. There you go. Easy as fuck. Deep questions, upward pitch, and that's it. Okay?
mm. Because you want them to open up?
Exactly. And so they don't feel like they're being judged either, right?
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. That, yeah, you're right. You
so
don't
like
want them
even
to be
future
judged.
pace, you can do lower pitch. Like, okay, what even is your higher standard? Like how much do you want to make in the next 6 to 12 months? Right? But like, what happens if you keep allowing this? You see the big difference? The future pace is like it's just a question for the future. The other one is like deep about me, right?
Mm. This is helping a lot actually. You getting
Yeah.
value?
Okay. Huh?
How you feel about this? You getting value as well?
Oh, definitely. I like that you put that idea at the beginning. You're definitely right. You can't be too friendly in the beginning. You definitely have to put your ground up, your ground down in the beginning, right? To let them know that you're authority, right? How come you're looking to potentially, get some outside help with this rather than just keep doing your job? See? That's better downward. Exactly. You're right, which is you're right.
No,
Better
I
downward
meant like, what
question.
about the feedback I gave to you about the initial part about the standards?
Like, what do you mean?
When I gave you feedback at the start about when they say, I don't know, I compare myself to other people and laziness. Did that hit
Okay,
or
yeah.
not really?
Yeah, that whenever you're actually doing it with a high pitch, it landed really good. Because
Right.
you're telling them you're fighting with their inner self. You're fighting
Okay.
with them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay.
Like, why are they better than you? Are they better than you? No.
Okay.
So why do you
Uh,
think they're actually, do you see?
yeah, yeah, I get it now because we're still having two different conversations here. So your feedback is all about the upward inflection, which is
Hmm.
totally fine because you're getting value off that. But where I'm coming from is I'm having a whole different conversation. Like, yeah, I get the upward inflections are important. You want to mix and match because if you just always keep doing downward inflection,
Hmm.
they'll be judged and then they'll put the
Yeah,
gun.
exactly.
But I was bringing it all the way back to when you did the role play, and then I was like, do you know what happens when they say I don't know twice, or when they're compared to other people? Um, both. both responses are correct. Like your
Yeah.
responses focus on the
The
tonality.
tonality, yours
Yeah.
is the line of questioning. But put both together, it makes fucking pizza. All
What's the
right.
other thing then? You said both together.
No, like the whole like if you have the right tonality and the right word of the track word track,
Okay,
it's
that's funny
pizza.
because I'm not talking about the word track.
Then you're talking about the identity then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Then
But
both still work.
it's not really identity though. It's oh yeah.
Standards?
Yes, it is identity. Sorry. It is
The
identity.
standards as well, right?
Which
Which
is
is identity.
identity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. There you go. Why make it harder, right? So
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, that's you thinking about that, which is technically even off the script, which is really good question in the end. So
It's
keep
not off the
that.
script. It makes the script even more powerful. So if you
Oh, okay.
look at the questions, every single question, you'd be like, okay, why did you respond this way? And why are you comparing yourself with other people? That means your standards. Then what do you mean? What are your standards then? And
Yeah.
why are you not happy with your standards? When you see
Yeah.
other people doing that, how do you compare other people's results with your current way or with your current standard?
Oh, so like seeing their way of thinking as well. Like who
So
are they playing?
with your current standards, do you actually genuinely feel like you're working hard enough? Why do you say it that way?
Mm,
Do you actually feel like your current standards can get you to the tangible goal?
yeah, that's true.
So if you know your current standards can't get you to your goal, like what do you feel like is missing? I don't know. Okay, can I make a suggestion here? If you don't know, is it potentially because like those people aren't different to you? They're just ordinary people as well. But
Yeah.
potentially it's not the amount of hours you're doing, but it's potentially the systems in place or whatever you have in your pitch that's making
Mm,
you unaware of what you're actually not that you don't know what you're doing.
yeah.
Because if you actually know what you're doing through the systems we have and the structure we have and a structured a process, do you actually feel like you actually know what's going right and what's going wrong?
No,
Why do you say that?
because I'm still here, stuck in a loop, not knowing what's going
No,
on.
my question is, if you actually knew what you were doing right, what you're doing
Oh,
wrong, like how would that make things different for you though?
very different. I would definitely see way faster results.
Okay. Like how fast are we talking?
Probably depends, right? But 3, 6, 9 months.
Okay. Where do you actually feel like you'll be in 3 to 9 months from now if you actually knew what was going right and what was going wrong?
I would definitely be making the kind of money that I've been
Definitely.
hoping.
Definitely. I like that. I mean, where's that type of like certainty coming from? Because that tone just shot up.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Okay, I like that. That lets me know then that I guess on the problem phase, upward pitch, but on the pre-handling, it could be a bit of both. Just be concerned. You know what I mean? Which you did. You were very downward pitched, but it really did land though.
It's funny because I'm thinking,
I think I get. Actually,
sorry,
never
tell me
mind.
before you forget,
I feel like with people who act, I don't know kind of people, they definitely deserve a down pitch. Definitely. Like, what do you mean you don't
because,
know? And the reason is because you are putting the authority you're leading them with that downward pitch. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
But with people who do know, like, what's the problem? You upward. Why are you allowing this, right? Okay, that does make sense. Does that make
Repeat it
sense?
again.
So with people who don't know in the pre-handling stage, you go downward pitch because you're supposed to be leading them. If they don't know, you can't just guesswork. You have to lead them. And how do you do that? With authority, very authoritative voice. Like, okay, you don't know, totally fine, I get that, but and then XYZ, but everything has to be a sequence of downward pitched, right? But people who do know, like, what was going on? Like, what's slowing you down? maybe my job. I mean, look, man, look, I get it. You know, you're busy. It's not 100% your fault, but you fixing this, I mean, whose problem is it to solve in the end, though?
It's mine.
It's mine. It's yours, right? So knowing that it's your problem, like, what do you think really has slowed you down within you, though?
Probably like prioritizing my time better
And why do you say that?
because I haven't been prioritizing my time into getting the skills and to get to 10K a month.
Is there a reason why you haven't?
I just feel that I've probably been complacent.
Hmm. I appreciate your honesty, man. Because not a lot of people. This depends, honestly. Fuck. Now that I think about it. Hmm.
I mean, no, you force it to happen. Like if you feel that upward tonality, upward inflection, downward
Yeah.
inflection is your bread and butter, you force it. All right. So when he says complacency, this is where you have to instill your own confidence, right?
Yeah.
Complacency. I mean, like I don't mean to rub this the wrong way to you, Pete, but you as a physio who wants to get to 10K a month, like why have you been allowing this way of thinking to slow you down?
Hmm. Like you said, yeah, like the bread and butter. You sound very concerned. I feel like that's the most important part. Fuck the tonality, as long as you sound very concerned. You know what I mean? You're like, what? Like, you know, you sound very concerned. That's a good thing. And you sound curious as well.
Because in
And you
my
can do
head
a
now,
downward pitch.
I see it now because it doesn't matter if it's tonality, upward inflection, downward inflection, or identity selling, whatever you have in your head, you have to be going back to what we're talking about, delusional. Like no matter what he
Yeah.
says, my way of thinking is going to help him.
Yeah. I see that. Okay. I guess,
Even if it's delusional, I want to incept delusion into his head because even if it's
yeah.
delusional, it's confidence that I'm incepting into his head. Delusional
Yeah,
is a bad word.
exactly.
I'm incepting confidence into his head because in my head, I just don't know why he's using complacency as an excuse. So now I need to instill confidence to make sure that confidence is higher than his standard right now, which is complacency.
Yeah. So it just weighs what how you mean it weighs it out basically.
Yeah, I'm
How you
like
say yeah.
complacency,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, complacency, like what do you mean by that? And then they explain, okay, knowing that it's your complacency that slowed you down, what, like, where's this way of thinking coming from? How much have you
Mm,
wasted in the last 5 years, though, allowing that way of thinking coming from? Your
okay.
delusional way of thinking is be like, regardless how delusional I am, because I've got $0 in the bank account, like, honestly, why is your complacency slowing you down as well?
Yeah.
Why aren't you just using a delusional way of thinking?
Which goes with the whole why don't you want it hard enough?
Why don't you want it hard enough? But you can't say that because that's kind of be like, of course I want it hard enough.
Yeah. But you're actually yeah, because then but you actually say otherwise. Basically. Which is basically what's going on in your head. So they want this, but their actions say otherwise. How can you they want it hard enough? Yeah, it was just identity planning. Okay. Don't make it hard enough. Yeah, it's just identity planning.
No,
Okay.
no, tell me. No, I want to understand.
No, like in my head, I'm like, they don't want it hard enough, but they say they do. Well, why do their actions say otherwise? I was just gonna say, well, that's just where the whole identity planning comes in place.
Okay, so this is what I think. I don't know if you agree with me. Okay, all right. I
Hmm.
know you want it hard enough, but do you feel like the way you're thinking is actually hard enough?
Mm. So that's the okay, I see. That's the whole
You incept
pre-hand
doubt into
thing.
the way of thinking that
Yeah.
hard enough is actually hard enough.
You're like, okay, I understand, but do you actually think you're putting enough work? You're putting a lot of work.
Yeah,
Do you
I do.
think that with the amount of work you're putting in is actually hard? Well, no. Do you think the amount of work you're putting in right now? Do you think that you could definitely get there in the next 3 to 6 months, or do you think you could do more personally?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. What?
I can get there.
You can get there.
Yeah.
So if you can get there in the next 3 to 6 months, the way you're doing it right now, why haven't you done so in the first place? Out of curiosity, what's going on?
There. That's good.
Okay, you're planning doubt. Yeah, exactly. Okay, just
Yeah.
call it out. You know what I mean? So why didn't you get there in the first place? Okay, beautiful. I like that.
So regardless if it's a yes or no, you're like, okay, I don't care what you say. If you say yeah, okay, so if you feel like you can get there, like my concern to you is like, where's this way of thinking coming from?
Hmm.
If you know you can get there, like, how come it's been 5 years and you're on the call with me today?
Yeah. Exactly. That's our way of thinking. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I like that. It makes honestly the whole script way easier, if anything. Or if you just have that in your head, like, what? Obviously, just having the script engraved in your head, you could always just be conversational flexible, which makes your life a whole lot easier. You know what I mean?
Mm,
That's why I keep doing the scripting. It's like I know the whole script, but I don't know it to the point where I could just say each question back to back. I have to think about it. You know what I
wait, what do
mean?
you mean by that?
Like, I know the whole script, but I don't know it to the point where I can just say every fucking question in a line without stopping. I
Okay,
want to
wait,
get
wait,
there.
wait, wait. When you can say the whole script line by line, what are you expecting when you can do that?
It's engraved in my head. I can go wherever I want
But you
in
just
terms
said
of,
it was ingrained in your head. You know the script. So what's the difference
yeah.
between the two?
But the difference between the two is just I guess the repetition. Like, think about it. You could know something, but if you have to think about it, it kind of fucks up the way of thinking. But if you already just know it, like you're working at fucking Burger King, you could
Yeah.
fucking you know what to say in the
All
beginning.
right.
You
So
could do
let me
something
just stop
else.
you there then, Pete. You said you know the script, but you also said you need
Yeah,
more repetition to know the script. So
yeah.
do you actually know the script or not?
I guess not. Yeah, fuck it. Let's say not.
See, that's what I mean. You think you know, but you think then you say you want to know even more. So what is it? You
Yeah,
know or you don't know?
that's beautiful. That's how you do it with them. So you need you don't okay. So you need help, but you know how to do it yourself. Why? Well, because it's just I need help with this. So do you know how to do it on yourself, or do you need help?
Yeah. So this is what I'm going to be practicing in the next couple of weeks because it makes it more simple. Like you say one thing, but you say another thing. Where are we?
Yeah, which is just why aren't your actions matching your words? What's
Yeah.
slowing you down? That's the whole mind. Like what June says. What's going on? Why they say it this way? Why they do it this way? Like what's going on? Because they're on this call because they need help, you know? And it's your job to snipe it out. Like, okay, you know what you're doing, but you need more, but you don't even know what you need help with. There, Dan, literally. So you know what you're doing, but you don't even know what you need help with. Help me help you. What do you mean by that? Well, I just don't know what systems I'm telling. So, and correct me if I'm wrong. I appreciate your honesty, but what do you say you do know what you're doing, or you still need help knowing what to do? Or what? I do need some help with what to do. Okay. I appreciate your honesty once again, right? So, what do you think you need in help? What do you need? What do you need in place to get you the help you need to make that XYZ amount of money? Oh, I just need XYZ. And what do you think has slowed you down from actually achieving that? Oh, well, XYZ. And then you go on with the sequence.
Okay. So I like that. And just reflecting now, like the reason why I don't do this is because one, like I'll admit I'm a pussy because they're hard
Yeah.
questions. And two, it just goes back to people pleasing, which isn't
Yeah.
helping anyone.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's very like sometimes I imagine being in a call and I get tense. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's the whole people pleasing, right? You just have to. I guess confront yourself and just,
Okay.
do the deed. And
But with the
honestly,
10 cent, like it's gonna be natural. Like it's gonna
yeah, it's
happen.
gonna be
That's
natural.
constantly gonna happen. If you know that's gonna happen, like I want to know the answer to this. Like, what do you have to do then to make sure the question lands, but not feel like a pussy about it?
You just put the repetition and keep asking the questions you know you need to ask,
Yeah,
even
but
if you don't feel like doing
then
it.
I'm saying like if it happens in actual life call.
Like exactly. Fuck it, the first fucking call, you might have not said it right, but you said it. So next time, how do you say it better? How do you say it better? That's all. The whole point is just get used to asking the hard questions. That's all. The rest comes. You know what I mean? If you get used to asking the questions, you get used to it. That's the whole thing. We're making it harder on ourselves, avoiding the hard questions by putting in more repetition to get more used to it. But guess what we're doing? We're reinforcing our friendly behaviors instead of reinforcing the other behaviors. You know what I mean?
It's more like, yeah, I'm not here to tell you what you need to, what you want to hear. It's what you need to hear.
Exactly, right? And we tell ourselves that we're just putting the repetition. I'll eventually get to asking those questions. That's not doing us or them any favors.
Mm.
So get uncomfortable. Even pause before you ask the question. Even ask permission if you have to as well, just to get used to it. Ask extra permission if you fucking have to, right? And then just say it. I remember I did that. I was like, before I got fired from my last offer, this guy sounded all good, like he was doing good. And then he said he kept blaming his job, right? And I was like, look, man, there's two kinds of people. And I felt hesitant even saying this, but I said it. And I was like, there's two kinds of people, XYZ, XYZ. Who do you think actually gets the results? XYZ. So why have you been allowing yourself to be the because of person? Like, why? And then, well, no, actually, I didn't say that. I was like, so what do you need to do to become that despite of person? And then he was like, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to stop making excuses, this and that. And I was shaking, not voice, but my body. But he gave me a really good answer. And then in the end, I helped him overcome his own obstacle, which is himself, right?
Mm.
So
Okay.
it's just, yeah.
I want to say something, which I'm interested to hear your response. I've only got 5 minutes, and there goes meeting.
All good. Uh-huh.
So I've been trying that accountability frame, and I feel like it's the tonality that I'm doing wrong. But when I
What
try to
happened?
do it, people just um take it the
They say
wrong
that
way.
oh, what do you mean? What did they say?
So this one time, this guy gave me bad feedback, and I feel like it's on me though. It's just like I just like okay, like you not being able to speak Mandarin. Do you feel like your family deserves that standard of you? And it's like you don't even know my family. Like why are you putting my family into this? I'm like fuck.
Definitely the way you said it
Yeah.
and what you said as well. You know what I mean? What was it like the whole background, just to understand better? Like what was going on?
Uh, he hasn't been learning Mandarin, and he just wants to learn um Mandarin just to connect with his family. So a lot of these
And
people are
and
problem
you did
aware.
you understand what's happened recently that makes him want to connect with them?
No, I didn't do that.
There you go. Right, like what was going on right now? Because think about that's what's gonna be in your mind. So you want to learn this, and you are fucking Asian, and you're fucking 28. What the fuck? What happened recently that's making you want to do something about it now? Then that's what you're literally your mindset. They're fucking old 20s. Even though they're 19, 20, they had a lot of time to learn it. Why the fuck now? What happened? Oh, well, just, and they say, well, just because, I'm getting older. Well, look, I get that. I appreciate you, but you don't just want to learn Mandarin just because. There has to be a reason. So what happened, man? That's making you want to go out of your way to learn another language on top of what you already know.
So they always say like, yeah, bro, just that's my reason. It doesn't have to be that deep.
Hmm. One thing I found out is if there's no big need, then they're not a good qualified prospect, literally, but you can still try, right? Definitely can try to change your perspective. Well, that's just my reasoning.
Okay.
Okay, no
Yeah.
issues then. Okay, so what do you, how long have you been trying to learn Mandarin then? Try to be one of those prospects.
Yeah, okay. So all right, so then I have to reframe like, yeah, it's totally okay. It doesn't have to be that deep. But I just want to know because we probably can't help you if it's not a enough reason why. Do you know why? No. Okay, if you don't have a deep enough read, you don't have a deep enough why, then what we've noticed with most students is that they tend not to be fluent in Mandarin.
So kind of bring that, kind of make them understand, and we don't want to ruin our reputation, right? So if that's the case, like just at least help me understand, like, and then that depends from there. Okay, I gotta shit really badly, so I'll let you go. I know you gotta go really soon. So think of how can you overcome that, and let me know tomorrow what you came up with. Okay?
No worries. Nah, this was really good, Pete.
Yeah, very good.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I'll let you go.
All right.
All the
Yes,
best.
sir. Stay safe.
You
Stay
too.
safe, man.
Catch ya.